validate me? And I go, sure. You're a good person. Everyone likes you, and you smell nice. Yeah, the guy goes, oh, yeah, very funny. Well, this guy was talking about my ticket. So I look at his ticket and I say, you're a good ticket. Everyone likes you, and you smell nice. And yeah, the guy gets mad. He starts yelling at me, and then the store manager comes over to see all the commotion's about, and he fires me. Yeah, really, he fires me. But hey, I did get my 2 weeks severance pay. Cool. Yep. So, throughout world history, there have been so many book burnings, especially in Florida, but there have been so many book burnings that you think that Amazon Books can come out with a better name than Kindle and Kindle Fire, don't you think? Yeah. And, the Tesla cars, the Teslas, they've been recalled again. They found out there's a computer glitch. They found out there's people in the car having an argument, and one guy yells, go to hell. The car will drive straight to Fresno. Yeah, so, also in the news, you see this on the news, it said that 62% of America's workers are having sexual relationships with someone else in the same workplace. So that got me thinking, man, I need to get a job. My last job was actually a pizza delivery guy, and I got fired for having a perfect record. What happened was my perfect driving record. What happened was my boss got suspicious, and he found out that I did not have a car. I was delivering the pizzas on the bus. So, yeah. So, but I finally got a car. I got a real man's car. Yeah, I got a big old '79 Oldsmobile. It gets an estimated, I don't care, miles per gallon, and its hood ornament is a smart car. So they took my car for a car wash and a Brazilian wax, and when I got my car back, all the carpets were gone. Brazilian wax. So so I'm driving along, and driving along. I see this guy. You've seen people who it says they have a bumper sticker says, God is my co-pilot. And so I pull up to the guy and tell him, hey, buddy, maybe you should try Google Maps instead, because your co-pilot actually got my people lost in the middle of the desert for 40 years. Yeah. So and also it's that time of the year where the big holidays are starting to come. And I remember when I was about 10 years old, on the Christmas Eve, my parents were taking me to bed, and my father says to me, Danny, my son, remember when you were 8 years old, we told you there's no such thing as an Easter bunny? I go, yeah. Well, my son, we know that tonight's Christmas Eve, but now that you're 10 years old, your mother and I think you're old enough now that you should know that there is no God. And we're Jewish, so here's our plastic real happy Hanukkah and sweet dreams. Yeah. Well, so I wasn't much of a believer. I didn't really believe much when that story about Adam and Eve and the talking snake. Maybe if it was a parrot, it would be a little bit more convincing. And people in the biblical times, they actually preferred to drink wine instead of the water because the water was unsanitary. And the reason that the water was unsanitary was because Jesus was walking on water all over the place. So, and also, did you hear, recently they actually found the original Bible. Yeah, they found the original Bible. Yeah, and it has the last page that no other Bible has. Yeah, the last page reads, "You've been punked." Yeah, so. I've been working out. I've been taking karate lessons, and I recently earned the plaid belt in karate. Yeah, the plaid belt stands for, hey, can we just talk this over with some coffee? I'll buy it. Yeah, a little while ago, a friend of mine noticed my eye. He said, "Hey, Danny, what happened to your eye? Why is it so black and blue and swollen?" And they told him I actually got kicked by an ostrich. Yeah. Said, "Oh, do you work at the zoo?" And I said, "No, the DMV." Yep. Oh, also, I was in an egg tossing contest. Those are always fun, right? Everybody likes an egg tossing contest. And but I actually got disqualified because I had a hard boiled egg. And also tested positive for steroids. So, yeah, I can't do that. Yep. Oh, today I learned that the rolling pin, the rolling pin can also be used for cooking. Learned that today. Yep. And kids nowadays, they watch these educational shows like Blue's Clues and Barney the Dinosaur and stuff like that. When I was a kid, my educational shows were the Three Stooges and Looney Tunes, where you would learn about real life things like never put the bowling ball on the top shelf. And never toast bread in the bathtub. Yeah, and never mix up the candles with the dynamite, things like that. But I really love the cartoons when I was a kid. Still do. When I was a kid, I loved the cartoons so much because they had these band-aids, band-aids for all these cartoons like the Flintstones and Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny and all that. I like to wear these band-aids so much that I actually would hurt myself on purpose just so I could wear more band-aids. And I guess that's why now that I'm all grown up, I BDSM. So let's be. Oh, the other day I actually got attacked by a mugger. This guy comes after me, and then all of a sudden this woman comes out of nowhere, and she tackles this mugger right down to the ground, and she handcuffs him. So I figure she must be an undercover cop, and so I ask her, "Excuse me, are you SFPD?" And she says, "No, BDSM."
Whoa! Hey!
Yeah, so we dated. And I remember coming home one night. There she is wearing nothing but a Freudian slip. And she says to me, "So, Danny boy, are you ready for your punishment?" And I go, okay. So she ties me up on this rack. And then she puts the TV in front of me, and she forces me to watch golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping it's figures and not golf. But we broke up because she was a Republican. Yeah. Yep. I didn't see her Ronald Reagan tattoo until it was too late. Yeah, it was on her fist. Yeah. That's okay. Relationships are expensive anyway because if you first go on a date, you gotta get the flowers and the dinner and the movie, and if you want to get a little intimate, you gotta get the handcuffs and the robe and the giant roulette wheel with the throwing knives and the banjo. So to add up. Yeah, especially if you need the banjo lessons and the knife throwing lessons because you want to practice safe sex. So, if anybody's into roller coaster, I tried the Batman roller coaster ride. Anybody tried the Batman roller coaster? It's pretty cool, all the spins and turns and all that stuff. But the best part of the ride is at the end when you get out of the roller car. Batman comes out of nowhere and he punches you in the stomach. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you get a picture of it for only $10. Cool. So, speaking of politics. Trump. He was saying that Trump was saying that if he becomes president, he's going to ban internet porn. Oh, great! Yeah, he's going to build a firewall and make us pay for it. But also he may not be eligible to be president. He was born in the U.S., but his hair was born in Malaysia. Yeah, and his buddy, comedian Rudy Giuliani, he's in trouble too. Yeah, he might be going to jail, but he doesn't care. He was telling his friends, "Hey, how bad could jail be? I heard they have bars there."
Oh.
Did you hear about the gender reveal that went bad? Yeah, was it a boy? Was it a girl? It was a forest fire. Yeah. And they're going to name her Felony. Felony. So, Oh yeah, last night was there was maybe there was an explosion at the oxygen bar. Apparently, someone farted. Okay, that's yeah. But I also recently adopted a dog, and yeah, it was a rescue dog, and that I adopted, and but actually I had to return him because yeah, whenever I would go to sleep, the dog would just give me mouth to mouth, and didn't like that. So, so eventually I'll have to replace our smoke alarm. I did that, but I accidentally I had to do that recently. I accidentally got the kosher model, so it always goes off whenever I'm cooking bacon. Yeah, and it also has a weird alarm. It goes oy vey, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey. Yeah. Yeah. Well, somebody once asked me if I ever had sex in public. I go, yeah, but it was an accident. We didn't know that the blinds were open at aisle 7 at the Home Depot. Yep. So, oh yeah, I'm a big comic book fan. Any comic book fans? Yeah. I go to the convention every year. Yeah, this year, convention. Yeah, and man, the place was really crowded. And I don't want to wait all day in line to get an autograph. So I came up with an idea. I went up to the front door and I yelled, "Hey, Eugene, your mother's here to pick you up." The whole place cleared out. Yeah, the only person that was left there was this woman dressed up like Wonder Woman. So I go up to her and say, "Hey there, Wonder Woman. Want to come over to my place and check out my comic book collection? I got a lot of issues." And she says, "Get lost, you nerd." And I told her I can't get lost because I got my address written in my underwear. So there. Yeah. I wonder how how some things get named. Where like okay, cookies. Like 100 years ago, they had a taste test on some a cruise ship, and they had people try these cookies, and people say, "Oh, these taste terrible. Let's just throw them overboard." And that's how they named them Chips Ahoy. Yeah, but my father was a peaceful man. Yeah, he would always beat me with an olive branch. Jokey joke. Hey, did you hear about the praying mantis couple that were having arguments? Yeah, the husband yelled back, "Hey, you don't have to bite my head." Right, I'll finish off with a couple songs. I'm also a musician, and here we go.
Yay.
Number 2 pencil. Okay. Oh,
Yay!
sorry,
Yay!
yeah. How about a little rock and roll? Okay, here we go.
We will rock you.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the pencil I used to fail the SAT test. Okay, I'm Danny.
Woo!
Give it up for Danny Decky, everybody. Amazing, amazing. Y'all didn't know you were getting a pencil concert tonight. That's right. Guys, that is some amazing talent right there. Danny, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, we're just gonna move right on into the next one. I think that's for the best. You guys, if you do want to donate, you still can. It's pretty easy. I'll drop it in the chat for you right now. You guys, we do take buttons are fun. We take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal, KO Comedy Shows at gmail.com, and Twitch. We appreciate all of you guys being here tonight. We take those bits as well. And Twitch, I need to talk to you guys for a second. You guys, when the lights go off here in the Twitch room, we're going to keep the after party going right here in the Zoom room. That's right. It is happening. You guys, the after party with Lorna Batters is going down tonight. We're going to play some games. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be a blast. Come join us. Come join us, you guys. Come join us. And there's plenty more reasons to go sign up for the email, you guys. Tomorrow we've got the Jackie Mo show going down with Jackie Monahan and Lisa Haas. You guys, Sunday we've got KO Comedy back. And this upcoming week we've got Sammy Escalates the Hour with Sammy Obeid. That is happening. So yeah, definitely, you guys, check it all out. Come hang out with us. It's always party. But all right, let's roll right on into it, you guys. Let's get it going. Your next host has so many reasons to give her a follow. Oh my God. But let me tell you, last night, who here likes streaming TV now? All right. Who likes not paying for it? I know I don't. I had Pluto on last night. Last night, and they've got this this Comedy Central just all the time playing Comedy Central channels, right? And then I saw her face, and I was like, "Hey, it's Abby." It was on Broad City, you guys. So you guys go check it out.
Yay!
It's on Pluto. Give it up for the amazing, the wonderful, you guys. It's Abby Crutchfeld.
Whoa! Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Great to be here. Good to see everybody tonight. Wow, Danny, that was amazing. I've never known anyone to play the pencil.
You're much. I'm the only one in the world, I think.
I think so. I think so. New thing for me. I'm going gray, and you know what? I was worried about. Yeah, me and Daniel, we're in the club. The Gray Hair Summit will now come to order. All right. It gets a lot of attention. I wasn't expecting that. You know, people of all ages on the street are stopping me and they're like, "Do you have a bandage?" And then, of course, I pull one out of my fanny pack. It's like, I'm everybody's mommy. I don't like people to know that I have a fanny pack, but I wear it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially at shows. I can't just take it off and leave it in the back of the room and then come to the stage because you look the other way and then boom, there go all my coupons. So I keep it on, and yeah, I don't know. I'm self-conscious about it. I'm like, I wish you didn't know it, but it's here. You see it. It's like, I wish you didn't know what my husband was white, but you've heard how I talk. It's already, the cat's out of the bag. Not ashamed of him for his race. We get along very well. He's a wonderful man. I just don't want people thinking they have me figured out. Like, oh, you like white dudes. It's like, I like dudes that propose to me. He's the only one who asked. So. I had a tough summer. I don't know. I just got tired of like struggling. I had this little catchphrase. I was like, I'm on the struggle bus, guys. It was cute at first, but then I said it too much. And I was like, I need help. And I saw a therapist. It turns out I'm driving the struggle bus. What? It's all up to me. And also, I'm the mechanic. Who knew? I don't believe that. I resent that. I don't like the fact that I'm currently like in control of this, but I'm also the one that fixes it. Excuse me, but this is not Speed. I'm not Keanu Reeves. Okay. Wow, everybody's just like, they're having a breakthrough right now. Was that metaphor too weird? Daniel's like, when I identify a joke, I will laugh at it. Until then, you're getting my grunts. What else is going on? I'm looking for a new job right now. I do the comedy, but you know, I've got to get some supplemental income going on. And it's not easy out there. It's rough. I mean, like if you try to work as a cashier at a grocery store and you don't have acrylic nails, they will laugh you right out of the building. It's embarrassing. I saw a woman walking a basset hound today.
Oh,
yeah, basset hound. One of the most awkward looking dogs I've ever noticed. I don't know if you guys ever really zoom in on the basset hound. It's all, how do you cuddle it? How do you pick it up? It's all folds. I think anyone that owns a basset hound, like they choose to own it, they're really good at folding a fitted sheet. You know what I'm saying? And we're back. I can't wait till your after party, Lorna. By the way, why do you have your own groupie in your house? That's exciting. You've got a roadie, a black T-shirt. He's like fits the bill perfectly. I have 2 dogs, and they're not even here. They're snoring on my couch somewhere. They're not Basset Hounds, but they are a designer breed. They're a mix of Bulldog and Shar-Pei, and it has its own name. It's called a Bull-Pei. I didn't make it up. It's really fancy. Although these guys, they're not so much of a designer dog. They got like all the bad traits of both breeds. They're like designer imposters. They're horrible. A Bulldog, if you don't know, is like one of the dumbest. The English Bulldog. You can't, when you get one, because I had a Bulldog before these guys, they tell you keep the toilet seat down. And that's because they will try to drink from the toilet like any other dog, but they'll get stuck. They won't know how to get out. And they'll be like, I just live here now. It can drown that way. It's pathetic. Then the Shar-Pei, that was bred to be a guard dog a long time ago. It had like the grip of a pit bull, but they have all these wrinkles. It's supposed to be so that like, you can try to attack him and he won't feel it because he has just skin here. And he's like, bring it on. I'm better than a Basset Hound. They billow. It's kind of weird. But anyway, that's the problem. They're supposed to be a guard dog and then they can't see. They're like literally blinded by their forehead. They're like, who goes there? I smell you. When I see you, I'm going to come closer so I can bite you. It's the worst dog ever. And that's what I have. I have a combo of both. They're Chinese and English because I'm mixed and that's the only way I accept things in my home.
Yeah.
That's how I don't think of myself as mixed. I think of myself as black, probably just because brown skin, curly hair, and, constant discrimination. I'm from Indiana. But my daughter is excellent, but for all intents and purposes, like, as she put it, she was like, in the civil rights era, black people had to sit in the back of the bus. And I was like, yeah, isn't that terrible? You and I would have had to sit in the back. And she's like, well, you might have.
Oh.
But would I? And I'm like, I can't argue with that. Now go to your room and think about colorism for a while. But she's so light. She's so white. She's white. I think it's just fair to call her that. I mean, she's black to me. I keep black art on the wall. I play black music for her. I have her recite Maya Angelou's poetry just to be fed. The things you do to instill the culture. I don't do that. She takes whatever. You're a parent. You can tell them whatever you want. My husband's like, why are you stressing out that? That's so hard. I'm like, because you won't have my black experience. I was ready to prepare her for the world. When I was pregnant, I was telling him, you say Black Lives Matter. Well, you're going to know it, my friend, when you've got skin in the game. And when she was born, he's like, I'm ready to fight for her rights. And I said, stand down. She's going to coast. She had blonde hair and blue eyes. I was like, how is that even possible? But again, I'm half white. I forget it sometimes, but it's partly my doing. She but I'll tell her, you're my beautiful black princess, and she looks in the mirror and she's like, if you say so. Okay. like I'll run with it. I think I'm gonna raise her undercover black, so she'll be sitting around with her white friends and then they'll say something racist and she'll just pull out a badge and be like, I'm black. And they'll be like, sorry, we didn't know, we had no idea. I like giving her little affirmations while I brush her hair with an afro pick. And I'm like, you're my Nubian princess. It's very long and blonde. You're my beautiful black queen. Wakanda forever. I'm mixed, but I was raised by one parent, the one who taught me to say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. My white mother. Thank you, Mom. She had great taste in music. She loved James Brown. What can I say?
Oof.
I was diagnosed recently with ADHD. That was exciting for me because it finally makes sense. I was like, this is why I lose my wallet, quarterly. I just leave it on the train for luck, I guess, for someone else. I'm like, enjoy my coupons. But yeah, it finally, and I guess women don't get diagnosed when they're younger because I started getting suspicious. I was like, do I really have it? Because my friends were also like, I too got diagnosed recently. I'm like, what? And we're all the same age. That's so crazy. But mostly I was like, now I'm not special. Great. You see 10 or so years ago, I was part of the AIDS Walk campaign. Okay. I took a photo to help get New York excited for the annual AIDS Walk. And my face was on a banner and I couldn't have been more proud. It was like the size of your own front door. And then I walked a few blocks and saw a banner and saw someone else on it. And I was like, hey, wait a second. I thought I was the face of AIDS. I get very territorial when it comes to ADHD. I also don't. Young men display it earlier in life. They're hyperactive, so people can like identify it in school. And young ladies are like, I don't know, we're trained to be obedient, or we're calm. We're just sitting with our nose in a book. I don't know, but for some reason, we go under the radar. So I feel like I have type 2 ADHD. You know, the one that you find out about later in life that you brought on yourself. Because I've been on my phone just daily. I've just not spent a day without my phone for the past 4 years. And then before that, 10 years before that. I can't get off, but neither can you. Guys, I'm in good company. Chinda, I love your background, by the way. Do you really live in a haunted house? Just nod your emoji if it's true. Okay, you blinked. Jinda's in the chat with some great lines. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I said that one already. Let's see. I don't know how I'm doing on time, but they said you can go long. And I was like, well, if they don't laugh at the first 8 jokes, I'm definitely doing 20 minutes because that's what they deserve. My daughter's very smart. She's 6 years old. Sorry, I'm laughing at that very courteous but tired laugh that I just got. I think it was maybe Lorna. It's like, okay. You can just smile. You know, William, you don't have to just, make sounds. You can, I'll get a head nod. Oh, that's a beautiful smile. It's rare. A woman telling a man to smile. 2024. Who knew? What was I going to say? My daughter, she's 6. She's 6, but she sounds so old. She sounds like very eloquent. This is one of her gifts. I think because she likes to read. She just says all the words she can think of. She's like a news journalist or like a news reporter, a news anchor. She's like a news anchor because she uses rather unexpectedly. She'll say, I was at the playground, the park rather. And I'm like, wow, okay. Excuse me. I stay tuned for the film at 11. Telling me a juicy piece of news. I try to, she's not just verbal. She's also good at math. I like to leave little math equations on the chalkboard in her room just before she goes to bed. And then by the time morning comes, she's solved them. It's like having my own personal Goodwill Hunting. Because previously we just thought of her as our janitor. Really? I'm laughing the hardest at my jokes. That's not good. Annie, what's happening?
You got 3 minutes.
Don't tell them that. They don't get to know that.
You guys, you didn't hear anything. Nobody heard anything.
They're getting 38 more minutes until I mean, if I have to learn how to play this pen against my cheek, you guys are going to applaud. Bring back Danny for an interlude. I really thought you were going to hit the top of your head at one point. Have you ever tried that sound? I feel like it would give you a little bass note. Oh, there it is. You got all this real estate you could be using, my friend. I feel like your whole body is an instrument. Okay, I'm his manager now, and I'm getting 10%. Have you guys watched any streaming? Have you seen The Bear? The Bear, oh, that's helpful. I love that show. I'm on season 3 of it now. If you haven't started it, go ahead and start it. But let me tell you, it's only going to appeal to you if you come from like a dysfunctional family or you're really crazy about food. There's no in between. Nobody else can enjoy this show because it's just watching a man rotate a plate that has like a cylinder of tuna tartare on it and just staring at it. And people like me are watching like they're going to flash back to his horrible family soon. Just watch. Anybody else wouldn't have the patience. I did learn because he struggles with a lot of things as well. I learned how to ask for help from this show. You simply stand in your kitchen and you shout, hands! And then someone takes away your plate of spaghetti. It's very soothing. have $6 in CVS extra care bucks. I don't like to brag, but at least I think I do. You have to get there and find out that your receipt is too wrinkly and the machine can't read the barcode, or heaven forbid it's expired by one day, and then they just well, see, first of all, they guide you to the self-help machine. So you go the self-checkout. You do it on your own. Inevitably, it never works. That's why there's a guy 2 feet away. He's like, let me help you. And I'm like, you should have been here in the first place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my coupon won't be accepted. And he's like, oh, I see your problem. It's expired by one day. And I'm like, well, can't you just override that? And he's like, ma'am, the machine says it's expired. And I just stare at him, and he stares at me. And I'm like, give me my very extra long receipt and I'll leave. I'm out there. I'm like, I can't believe this place. This is me collecting my receipt. And I'm never coming back here again. And you keep going. It's just a very, very long act out that someone else can do later. Daniel, you'll do that for me, won't you, next time? Okay, thanks. It's beautiful. It's so worth it. I don't leave without the full thing. This is just like at Chuck E. Cheese, or if you're like my generation, Showbiz Pizza, where you would just, if you're from the Midwest, they had like one of them was called Showbiz, and that's the one I, left in my brain. But if you ever played skee ball and you got tickets, you'd know as a kid that if you give it an extra yank, you get 3 extra tickets, and that'll buy you like a little rubber pencil topper if you're just lucky. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Do you ever just like can't afford dinner, so you eat a soft pretzel? Because you're like, these are huge. They have a ton of calories. He knows what I'm talking about. You ever just take the soft pretzel butter and rub it on your hands because you can't afford lotion? You know what I mean? Like, this is moisturizing, and it's a scent. It's an olfactory experience. You ever just go up to the counter and grab all the napkins because you can't afford a pillow? You guys get it. You know what I'm talking about. I'll leave you with this. I'm trying to impress my daughter now that she can form memories. Like, for the first years, I was just making her peanut butter and jelly. Now I want to impress her in the kitchen. And I don't just mean by spreading the peanut butter myself. Have you ever seen a kid try to get the knife in and then out of the jar? They can't do it. And then you do it in front of them, and they think you're pulling the sword from the stone. They're like, how did you do that? And you're like, man, it's natural peanut butter, and I did not stir.
Or your husband.
Yeah. So I'm moving on from peanut butter. I've mastered the grilled cheese. That's when you nervously undercook one side and then you overcompensate by burning the other. I know how to cook that. But I want to learn like good stuff. And that's why I started watching Chopped. And I don't recommend this. I'll leave you guys on this one because you just don't make the mistake I did. First of all, you think you're going to learn what the experts know. You're like, oh, I'm going to learn how to make a hollandaise sauce out of jam. And that's not what happens because they try to throw the contestants. Ted Allen will be like, chefs, in your baskets, you'll find capers, bubblegum, and cat hair. You have 25 minutes to make a masterpiece. And I'm like, ew. What are capers? All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great night. And Abby Crutchfield. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Give it up for Abby Crutchfield, everybody. Let's go.
Yeah.
That was fantastic, you guys. Don't forget to give her a follow at Curly Comedy. That's right. Just do it. Just do it. All right, you guys, we still have 2 more amazing comedians for you. But before we get there, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give another shout out. So let's go to that donor board. Let's do it. That's not right. That's the end credits. Annie, come on. Smoke less weed, Annie. I believe in you. You guys, like I said, if you want to remain anonymous, you absolutely can. So you guys give it up for Spook Anonymous dropping $10 on the board. We appreciate that. Your name is now Spooky. So thank you. Thank you so much. And you guys, it's not too late. If you want your name up there, you absolutely are welcome. You guys, we take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal, usually KOComedyShows@gmail.com. For some reason, I can't see it tonight. So if you do send one, you can just send me a DM. We can play honor system for tonight. And also, if you're watching on Twitch, you guys, we also take those bits. And Twitch, don't forget, we still have 2 more amazing comedians for you, but when they are through, the lights are going dark over on Twitch, but we're going to keep the after party going right here. That's right. It is going down. KO After Party. Lorna Batters is hosting tonight. We got some games. got some fun. It's always a good time. It's also, just a Zoom exclusive. So you can go find that link at kocomedy.com. Just sign up for the email. You'll get the link for that show, for the Jackie Mo show tomorrow, for the Sammy special next Thursday. You guys, it's happening. That's not right, but there is KO Comedy this weekend on Sunday. There it is. There's the right one. Sammy escalates the hour. It's going down. Come on through. It's going to be a good time. All right, you guys, let's move it right along. Give it up for your next comedian, you guys. It's Lana Siebel.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, good to be here. Thanks. Yeah, everybody was hilarious. Enjoyed it. It's fall. How we feel? We like the fall here.
Yeah.
Fall people. Yes. Yes. All right. Yes, Abby. I love the fall. I am a big fall person, but I do have seasonal depression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, every season I'm depressed. It's too cold. It's too hot. It's too sunny. It's too windy. It's too perfect. Okay, now you guys know that I'm Jewish. Okay. By the way, I love the fanny pack. It's actually, Abby, I don't know if you knew, it's actually in style now because before, yes, they're big. All the kids are wearing the fanny packs. It's funny to see that, but yeah, I remember like when we were growing up, it wasn't cool, but now it's really cool because before, everybody, they have like baggy pants, and that's where they keep the guns. But now, now we got the tight pants, right? The tight pants are in style. You can't put a gun in there, so you got to put the fanny pack. You got to put the gun in the. So yes, right, yeah. Exactly. So yeah, not only are we cool, but everybody should be afraid of us. Cool, scary moms. But yeah, I'm really trying. I'm in New York. It's tough financially. You guys heard it's an expensive city, and I'm really trying to visualize abundance. Yeah, but it's only showing up on the scale. So I watched the debate. Anybody here watch the debate? Yes? Yeah? Okay. Safe space. I'm doing a show in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to do this material there. We're staying away from politics. So yeah. It's going to be a lot of, I love this country. Yes. Don't kill me. But between us, I could tell you this. Yeah, I mean, I think we could all agree, no matter what side you're on, if someone's going, well, I didn't do it, she did it, it wasn't my fault, it was their fault, they lost the argument, right? I mean, it's so clear. Like, that's really how, like, children argue. I'm going to be honest with you. I have a terrible comeback game. That's how I argue. Yeah. It's always like, no, I didn't do it. They did it. And like my husband and son, when they get tired and they don't have any comebacks, they're like, we lost the argument. We're doing a lot of comeback. What are we going to do? But I am glad. I am glad I watched the debate because I'm an immigrant. I came over when I was 7 from Ukraine. And ever since I was little, I always wanted a pet, like a kitten or a little puppy. And like, guys, now I know why my parents didn't get me a pet. Guys, I would eat it. I would eat the pet. You guys watching the TikToks? They're eating the dogs. They're eating. I can't get that song out of my head. It's not good at this point. It's but yeah, no. Fun fact. Trump is one of the 3 presidents that never had a pet in the White House. Did you guys know that? Remember he didn't have a White House pet? Only 3 presidents in the whole history of the United States didn't have a pet. Guys, are you getting what I'm getting? Are you understanding? Melania, she's an immigrant. She would eat that pet. This is okay. If you guys were like expecting intelligent comedy, all right, this is not going to be it. It's about to get even dumber. But yeah, I am trying to be healthier. Anyone else here trying to be living healthy? Yeah, I'm trying. I'm going to these like salad places. You guys know what I'm talking about, like the Sweet Green, the Just Salad, right? Chopped. But have you guys noticed that these places, they're all like getting too many options these days? Are you guys noticing? They're very expensive, right? Very expensive. They're just too much. They're too much. I'm not just saying that because I'm banned from all these places. But yeah, these these places, have you guys noticed they're like shrouded in mystery? Like you come in there and, the pico de gallo over there is free, but the pico de gallo with avocado is $18 extra. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. I mean, like these places, they're meant for you to fuck up. Yeah. They're meant for you to feel stupid and inadequate. Yeah. You're like, okay, I can't hold down a steady job. Mm-hmm. I can't hold down a steady relationship. But now I can't even order a fucking salad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you look over there in front of you and there's Todd and he's ordering like the perfect salad. And, he everyone's laughing at his jokes and he's watched all the TikTok videos. And he knows if you order the Zaytar breadcrumbs, everybody does a dance for you and shows you their nipple. Yeah. You're like, fuck you, Todd. And then you finally get to, by the way, no laugh track, because I want to get through this whole thing. Okay. So please don't laugh. We're just doing a no, but you get to the end of the line and, this salad, it's going to cost us $47. What do we do? Guys, what do we do? Here's what we do. We pick up our phone call and we pretend we have an emergency phone call and we run away. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not going to buy that salad, okay? We're going to be banned from the place, but totally worth it. Okay, what else can I do so I have no interruptions? Let's see. I'm starting to take a cycling class. Okay, now you could all don't chime in at once, but has anyone here taken a cycling class ever?
No.
Very smart. Very good. Don't, because, I've given birth. I mean, granted, it was a C-section, but, everything in the nether region stayed intact. This cycling class just wrecked my nether regions. I mean, this is not normal. How are we even taking this class? All right. Just kind of giving you a warning at this point. Let's see. Oh, so, okay. Who here is in a relationship, married? Shout it out. Yes, Daniel. Okay.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Oh, interesting. Who just yelled out yes? Or maybe they're just having a different conversation. That's fine.
No, it's true. It's true. Ending one, starting another.
Oh, congratulations. All right. Ooh, by the way, join the after party. That's going to be a fun time. Lorna's starting a new relationship. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sexy. All right. Join her after. But congratulations, Laura. That's great. Yes. So I don't know about how you started, but like when I first started with my husband, it was very exciting, but we were both very different physically. He was a lot bigger than me.
Oh,
yes. Bigger guy. Right. I was a lot thinner. And as time went on, he's lost a lot of weight. I gained a lot of weight. So we're exactly the same size now.
Yay.
Yes, exactly. Fair is fair. No, but Lorna, I got to tell you, I love, can I share this with you guys all? I love the chubsters. Okay. I do. I love the fatties. I'm a big chubby chaser. I'm sorry if we have some thin people in here. I don't mean to, reject you, but I love the fatties. Okay. Yes. I like the kind of guy, that will like lift you up.
Yeah.
Yes, but will never lift a celery stick. I like the kind of guy that you feel safe with, right? Yeah, the kind of guy when he lifts his belly flap, a gun drops out. He doesn't even need a fanny pack. I mean, this is great, right? It's no, big fan of the Chubsters. And it was just both of us, me and my husband, when we first started dating, we had very different expectations of how it's going to go. Like, my husband thought he was dating, somebody, I used to be a competitive dancer, somebody who's fit, he's going to get in the best shape of his life. And it turns out that I was just starving. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, fucking feed me now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Some of you look scared, and that is the correct reaction. Yes. That's the energy I brought. Yeah. And I thought I was dating this wonderful chubster, right? I'm going to eat all this delicious food. And it turns out that he just had a thyroid condition and a whole bunch. Yeah. And a whole bunch of allergies.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was eating a lot healthier than I was. But no, it was really great when we first started dating, because I was getting all this attention. I was getting all this attention from the other chubsters. Yeah, it was like they can feel that I'm interested in them. It was like a bat signal went out that I'm interested. Yeah. Or in this case, it was more like a fat signal. And and they came running, which they're not used to doing. And it was so great because, instead of giving me boring flowers and stuffed toys, way better. They'd be like, Lana, have this pizza. Yeah. Lana, try this cheesesteak. Lana, try these pastries. And I'd be like, oh my God, Reginald Bell Johnson, you shouldn't have. Do you guys know who he is? He played the chubby cop in the 1990s sitcom Family Matters.
Yeah.
Yes, Reginald. He also played the chubby cop in the movie Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm trying to tell you is I have a type. Yes. And, fun fact. Him and it was rumored, it was written about that him and P. Diddy had a thing at one of those raunchy parties. Use your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm just saying we didn't need all that lube, P. Diddy. I'm just saying that's my man. Okay. I'm saying me and P. Diddy have the same type. Okay. Is all okay. I was doing this joke way before this all happened. We're going to have to figure this out now. Okay. Anyways, I had to move, eventually I had to move to a very steep hill. So only the very determined chubsters could get to me. Right. Yeah. And, that chubster, that was my husband. He won the prize.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you. Yes. A Jewish wife that constantly complains. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed Abby's material about her daughter. I related because my son also, I'm Eastern European. I came from Ukraine, so lighter skin. Actually, my hair is brown. I dye it. But yeah, and I'm also in the gray committee. I've been gray since I was like in my 20s. So yeah, this blonde is just anyways. But Eastern Europeans, we look like babushkas once we reach like our late 20s, I think. So this is just to. But yeah, no, my son is has dark hair, dark eyes, darker complexion, and people wouldn't, they would think I'm not his mom, which is so weird. I mean, we look alike, you just a darker complexion, but he's half Jewish, half Italian. And he's embracing, both his cultures. He really is. So, he's half hypochondriac, half ball buster. Yeah. Yeah. Really likes both his cultures. He likes his bagel with a prosciutto. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to complain and scream. He's embracing both cultures, but I do feel like lately I am seeing he's kind of leaning more into his Italian side, right? Because I'm driving him to school in the morning, and we're in the car, and he's like, "Mom, I don't feel so good. I don't think I should go to school today." And I'm like, see what happens. Mm-hmm. And and then then I see, the shakedown starts, right? Because all of a sudden he's like, okay, sweetheart, here's what we're going to do. You're going to get a call from the nurse at 9:15. Pick up. Yeah. You guys are scared now, right? Ooh, this is the quiet. I like the quiet. I feel like we're in the Sopranos now. Yeah. And, be back here by 9:30 sharp and be a doll. Bring me back a sandwich, maybe some ginger ale, something I like, prosciutto, mozzarella, fried eggplant. He finally gets out of the car. He like taps me gently on the cheek and he's like, keep your ringer on.
Go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he does not do this with his dad. Right. Because he knows a half Italian can't go against the full Italian. Yeah. 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 Like my husband knows his whole entire shakedown game because he actually tried it the next morning and he's like, Dad, I don't feel so good. I don't think I should go to school today. And my husband was like, you're going to school. And if the nurse calls, I ain't picking you up. Yeah. So all of a sudden he's like feeling better. He's got no symptoms. He's in a good mood. Yeah. All right. This was okay. All right. We got through it. We listened. We might have enjoyed. We'll never know. But Lorna's party is going to be a fun time. Stick around. I enjoyed seeing all you guys. Have a great night. Thanks so much.
Give it up for Lana Zeeble. Let's go. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Lana. Don't forget to follow her on Instagram, you guys, at Lana Zeeble. If you're lucky, maybe she'll even post about the pets she's eating this next week. Recipes and all. Let's go. Let's see. All right. Sorry, guys. I am handling this all by myself tonight. Usually there are two people here in the control room. All right. We're good. All right. You guys, let's keep this show going. Let's do it. First, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to those of you that have donated so far. Thank you so much. We've had William Reynolds tonight and Spooky Anonymous. We appreciate you guys so much. You guys, we still have one more amazing comedian left. If you guys want your name up on the board before that happens, it's really easy. We take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also usually take PayPal at KOComedyShows at gmail.com. Can't see it tonight, but I promise you, if you DM me, I know most of you guys, I'll honor it. I'll honor it. And if you're watching on Twitch, you guys, we take those bits as well. And Twitch, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Like I said, we have one more awesome comedian, but after that, the lights are going out. The show is over. But not for Zoom. If you're here in Zoom, we're going to keep the after party going with Lorna Batters. It is happening. If you want the link for that, it's really easy. Go to kocomedy.com, sign up for the email. You'll receive a link to this show and all the rest of our shows, you guys. We got some awesome shows all coming up this week, including our regular once a month Sammy Obeyed special. It is going down. Sammy Escalates the Hour this Thursday. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. It always is. All right, you guys. I think that's enough from me. Abigail Hydrangea Brown, thank you so much for the bits. I'm going to go ahead and give you a shout out after our next comedian. So let's get to that. You guys, give it up for the amazing, you guys, it's time. It's Michael Magid. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, guys. Come on, guys. Let's get the round of applause. Let's get the energy going. Come on, get that energy going. Shout out to Annie, who's been doing this by herself tonight. That is not easy to do, to be able to multitask multiple screens at one time. And also shout out to everybody who's been on this screen patiently staring. Please give yourselves a round of applause for doing that. Mike agrees with that. He's like, yes, I'm very good at staring directly at the camera. I'm very good at that. Shout out to is Kevin Galvez still there? Is Kevin Galvez still there? No, he has turned off his camera. But Kevin, when you come back on screen, I don't know if you guys remembered when Kevin was on here earlier. He apparently thinks that if he gets closer to the screen, he can be inside the comedy show. So that's Kevin. I've never seen anyone do this. Like they're trying to see, like they're like, if I get really close, I think I'm in the show. I think that's how it works. I think that's how the virtual reality world works. Shout out to Lorna for all of you guys here who are here for the after party. I am not the after party, so you've got to listen to me for 15 minutes patiently. You know what that's like? Have you ever gone to go see a stand-up comedy show and like 20 people come in like on the one of the last comics on stage and they look really disappointed? It's because they're there for the DJ that's spinning right after the show. They did not know, Daniel, that there was a comedy show taking place, right? They had no clue about that. So they were just like, oh, okay, well, we're going to listen to this person complain for the next 15 minutes and then we can start playing Party in the USA on our That's how that works out. Shout out to Jinda, who I didn't know he could make his avatars even creepier, but he has. So shout out for that. Obviously, William Claude Reynolds has decided that he's going to turn his camera off when I've come on screen as well, too. But give it up for William. William's been here patiently watching the entire time. Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right, and Jinda's giving his off-color remarks in the chat. It's a KO comedy night, guys. It is definitely a KO comedy night. Is anybody else all now just picturing Lana eating animals? It's very disturbing. That's what I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to have dreams, and and I'll be talking to a significant other. It's like, what were you dreaming about? I was dreaming about a comedian in the Northeast who eats animals, and they're like, that dude. You need to start therapy really soon. Please get over that. Manic Mystic Mikhail is apparently on the Witch's Road right now. That's why their camera is off right now, because they're involved in all that mysticism that's taken place here. Oh man, I will be honest with you guys here. It is 8:36 on a Friday. And in Los Angeles, and I am exhausted, which makes me realize that I really am 45 years old. So that's good to know. I like how Danny's just staring at me. He's like, 45, that's nothing, man. That's nothing. That's nothing. Danny, what do you have next to you, by the way? That looks like, do you have some sort of artisanal kit going on? I can't tell what that is exactly. Is that some sort of art project that's taking place?
I can't. Pencils and just pencils and markers. Yeah.
Okay, so Danny just does what everybody does, and that's steal from every sort of Office Depot that he goes into for the free stuff. That's good. That's good. That's like that. I like that. I like that. Daniel, I did not get to see you perform earlier, but I'm assuming it had something to do with that large microphone to the right-hand side of you that you were yelling incessantly into it. Lorna's feeling a little bit under the weather. That's unfortunate. Are you all right, Lorna?
I'm still alive, dude.
Hey, that's a good start. It's always positive when someone says, hey, you know what? I'm still alive. It's like, okay, well, I hope your cold gets better. I don't know where to go with that. Let's talk about some stuff here. My mother just recently texted about my nephew, and my nephew, his name is Hunter. And I remember when my mom, when he was first born and he found out what the name was going to be, she turns to me and she goes, Michael, do you know what Hunter means? And I'm like, no, Mom, what does it mean? She goes, it means man who hunts. I'm like, I thought you meant like symbolically, like what hunter meant. I did not know that you were being literally the Webster's dictionary definition of the word hunter. She lives in a town called Pahrump, Nevada, which I've actually performed KO comedy shows in Pahrump, Nevada. Not like there was like a KO comedy show that took place in Pahrump, Nevada. I meant like I did one online while I was staying in the loveliest resort in all of Pahrump, Nevada, also known as the Trailer Park. So that's what we're dealing with here when you're talking about Pahrump, Nevada. Daniel, if you're not familiar with Pahrump, Nevada, it is currently listed as the 366th nicest town in America. It's it's one step above Plantation, Mississippi. So it's going real well in Pahrump, Nevada. No hurricanes there though. But anyway, they recently had a mayor election. And they elected a new mayor. And unfortunately, during the election, the person who was running for mayor died during the election. And he still won the election. Exactly. So you're probably thinking like, well, he must have run like unopposed or something like that. No, he ran against a living person. Okay, Danny, how much does that suck for that guy? Right? Imagine just being like, wow, people would rather have a cadaver propped up Weekend at Bernie's style than have me running their town. You would really be rethinking about your campaign, wouldn't you? And like, I asked somebody, I said, hey, that's kind of weird. I mean, like if this person passed away, like why did you vote for them for mayor? And they said, oh, well, everyone did as a gesture, because they're the most revered person in the history of Pahrump, Nevada, because they've hired more people. They've employed more people than anyone else in the history of the town. And I said, wow, what did that person do? And they said, they owned the Bunny Ranch brothel. That's right, guys. It was Dennis, the owner of the Bunny Ranch brothel from the HBO docuseries Cat House, which took place in Pahrump, Nevada. And he's the most revered person in all of Pahrump, Nevada history. That's actually why my mom moved to Pahrump, guys. She's the new madam at the Bunny Ranch. She took over from him right over there. She didn't have any space for me to stay at her house, so she put me up. But she's like, don't worry about Michael. I found a place for you to stay. It is a lovely bed and breakfast. So I get there, and I'm like, hey mom, I'm at the address that you gave me, but this just looks like a bunch of military barracks. And she goes, oh no, Michael, that is the place. I said, well, these are just cots here. She's like, that's the bed. And I said, well, where's the breakfast? And she said, well, Michael, the pizza place next door. So, and that place still has the highest Yelp review of anything. It's highly listed on TripAdvisor in Pahrump, Nevada, guys. That's where you stay. I actually did a comedy show in Pahrump, Nevada, live in person, 3-dimensional. I know it's a thing, and you know the interesting thing is like I go there, and I don't know if you guys have done shows in small towns or whatever, but like they're like, oh, just check in with One-Eyed Gary, and I'm like, oh, is that his? I'm like, is that his stage name? They're like, no, that's what we call him because his cousin shot out the other eye. So that's the kind of town I was in, guys. That's the kind of town I was in. One of the people in the front row was wearing an ankle brace. That's fun. That's fun. They were under house arrest. And during my set, they started talking to me and wanted to share their prison stories. I'll be honest with you, when there's a 6'2" man with tattoos all over their face and an ankle bracelet, you just give them the microphone. That is how that works. So that guy got his first headlining gig that evening, guys. That's how that worked out. They actually invited me out on the town in Pahrump after the show. And you're probably wondering, what do you do in Pahrump, Nevada after hours? Well, muscle relaxants is apparently what you do, which I did not partake in. I'm not a sober person, but that's the only way to get out of that when you're around people on house arrest. So you just tell them that you've been sober, and they're like, yeah, man, respect that. I respect that. I'm like, thank you. Don't kill me, please. Thank you. Don't kill me. You probably wonder what does a man with an ankle bracelet and face tattoos and 6'2" do for a living in Pahrump, Nevada? He manages the Little Caesars Pizza. So anybody. That's how you get your hot and readies in Pahrump, Nevada, guys. Is through that man right over there. It's interesting, man, because like the thing is like my mom she posted about me recently for my birthday on Facebook. Is anybody here friends with their parents on social media? Anybody else need their financial support? Okay, good. Glad we're all on that same wavelength. And she posted on my birthday, and she posts a picture of herself and me as a baby, which is adorable, right? That's a very adorable picture. But the picture that she posted was me as a baby and her holding me in a thong bikini, which basically meant my mom was using my birthday as an excuse for a thirst trap on social media to gain new followers. It is still the most liked picture of the year for me, guys, on Facebook. That's how that works out. And in the post, my mom goes, "Today is the birthday of my baby boy, Miguel Eduardo." And then in parentheses, it says, Daniel, now identifies as Michael Edward. I know. Which made it just sound like I was transitioning in this post, right? Like it made it sound like I was transitioning, from like a white male to an even whiter male. Is what it sounded like. It is interesting, man, because like, the thing is I do take after my father, and he's from Boston. And I met one of my mom's friends for the first time, and she'd never met me before. And she goes, "Hold on. You're Teresa's son from Venezuela?" And I said, "Yeah, I was born there." And then my mom walks by, right? And she looks right at us and she goes, "Yes, but clearly he's no Latino."
What?
Exactly. I'm like, "Lorna, who are you, Mom? College admissions?" You know how hard it is to convince people that you're Latino when your mom doesn't even believe you're Latino? So I'm like, hey, Mom, you were there when I was born. And then she looks at me and she goes, "Yes, Michael, I know, but remember, you were a cesarean birth." So I was asleep.
Oh, God.
Yes, for all I know, they switched it with an Irish boy. My mom thinks I may have been switched at birth, guys. That's and I was born in Venezuela, so there's a strong possibility that they just put the name tag on the wrong baby, guys. That's a real strong possibility. My name is actually misspelled on my birth certificate in Venezuela. So my legal name is Mikhail. So if anybody's wondering if socialism is alive and well in Venezuela, yes, clearly, based on that. That's a Eurasian joke for you guys. Does anybody else have parents that do things that you go like, you would think that they would know that this is not a thing? Like I saw my mom recently, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to warm up this empanada," and I look over, and inside the toaster is a ceramic plate on the thing with the empanada on it. And I'm like, "Mom, what are you doing?" She goes, "Oh, I'm trying to warm up this empanada." I'm like, "Who told you could put a plate inside the toaster oven?" And she goes, "Well, it says that it's microwave safe." And I said, "That's not a microwave, Mom. Do you know the difference between a microwave and a toaster oven?" To be honest with you guys, I've never seen anyone try to put a plate in a toaster oven before. That was a new one for me. I did once try to put fish in a toaster oven.
Oh.
Right on the, yeah. That's how you have to find another place to live. That's how that. That's how when after a few minutes, the house is completely filled with smoke and the toaster is on fire from the fish oil, that your roommates no longer will allow you to rent that room. That's how that happens. And you learn really quickly that you can't put fish in the toaster. So that's a good thing. All right, I've been rambling on for a while with you guys. I'll talk about just a couple other things here before we dismount. By the way, give it up for all the comics you saw tonight, guys. They've been all fantastic, right? Daniel, Lorna. I know you've been not performing, but you've been performing in spirit. So we'll give it up for that. Obviously, Lana and Abby, who are no longer here right now, but they're still with us in spirit. That just sounded morbid. I did not mean it like that. Lana's just trying to find a nice pheasant to cook up in Springfield, Ohio, on her next road gig. That's how that's going to work out. Okay, let's talk about this right here. When I was a kid, my dad used to bring me home toys from when he would go on business trips, and I remember he brought me back these toys, and he's like, "I got you a bunch of GI Joes." And I opened up the box and they said Action Man. And I said, Dad, what is this, like a knockoff of G.I. Joe? And he goes, no. He's like, no, that's what they call G.I. Joes in England. And I'm like, that's the laziest thing like I've ever seen in my life. Like, what is this? It's like, well, it's an American soldier. Oh, what do? They just spin into action whenever the U.S. Is in danger of losing any sort of natural resources. But if it doesn't affect that, they're not interested. That's how that works out. That's a political joke at 9 o'clock at night. Oh, boy. Last thing I will say with you guys here. My dad recently was giving me some business advice on my business, and I was really, really happy with that. I was like, Dad, thank you for taking all that time and looking through my business plan and my outline and everything like that. And then I got the invoice from BRM Advisors. I did not realize that I was on the clock. And I said, "Oh, Dad, I thought you were doing this for me, just as a favor." And he goes, "Well, that's the first rule of business, Michael." So basically, my dad gave me a strong lesson in business ethics real quickly. That's how that worked out. All right, guys, you can follow me at Michael Magid on all social medias. Comedy in English, maybe we'll be doing something online again. I don't know. Maybe we're going to try to figure that out. I've been trying to connect with Annie and Jay for a minute here, but things are a little bit crazy, and we're looking also to expand to another venue in Los Angeles. So if you're in the LA area, we'll keep on the socials of Comedy in English, and you'll see the new venue. We'll see you guys later. Have fun with Lorna.
Yay!
Give it up for Michael Magid, everybody!
Yeah.
Wow.
And don't forget to give him that follow at Michael Magid. Thank you so much, Michael. That was great. Or should I call you Miguel from now on?
You can. Or Mikhail,
Eduardo.
apparently.
Kyle.
Also, my birth certificate it has the wrong date of birth.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. It's great. It makes me younger, which is fine. So
hey!
totally cool with that. Yeah.
Silver lining.
It's not
There you
quite
go.
the same. I have a brother that passed away many years ago, and they, on his headstone, put him as 2 years younger than what he was. Wow.
Wow.
Gotta get that changed.
Oh my God.
So,
And it's
yeah.
not like you can use like whiteout or anything like that to remove that on the
you
headstone.
gotta have that all re-engraved, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
At least it's not carved in stone. Oh shit! Sorry.
Oh,
I know, right? You guys, that was fantastic. Before we go, I'm going to give another shout out, you guys. Give it up for the amazing Abigail Hydrangea Brown dropping $5. Thank you so much, Abigail. As we all know, Abigail likes frogs, so I chose a frog, but make it spooky. So, jack-o'-lantern. Let's go. Happy pre-holidays, everybody. It's about to go down. I'm very excited for the month of October. We got some great stuff coming up. You guys, like for instance, next week, Sammy escalates the hour. It's going down. It's going down on Thursday. You guys, right now, we're about to go dark over on Comedy Hub, but we're going to keep it going here in the Zoom room. If you want to come be a part of the after party with Lorna Batters, it is really, really easy. Just go to kocomedy.com and sign up for the email. You'll receive that the link for this room and all of our other shows throughout the week. All right, you guys, it is that time of the night where I do have to shut it down over on Comedy Hub, but we appreciate everyone being here. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific with the Jackie Mo Show, and Sunday night we'll be here at 7 p.m. with KO Sunday. We've got Chirping Bird with Judah Friedlander and Mark Anthony on Monday. Digital Slumber Party with Anthony Kapfer and Amber Irish will be here on Tuesday, and Thursday, Sets with Dustin Chafin is back, followed by Sammy. So let's go. We'll do it again next week. You guys have a great night. We will see you on the next one. I can find the right button. Here we go, buttons. All right, we found it. Good night, everybody.
Bye.